I think that's exactly what St. Joseph and the Blessed Virgin Mary, that's the model they offer us. Believe that you are a gift from God. That God has created you to do a unique work, to touch lives only as you can. Not in ways that the world may measure as great. Just like with Joseph and Mary. They were not wealthy. They weren't powerful. They weren't well known. By virtually any measure, St. Joseph and the Blessed Virgin Mary, Joseph, the foster father of Jesus, and Mary, his mother, as they formed what we call the Holy Family, Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. There was nothing remarkable about them in terms of the world. And that's what this passage from Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, really points out. How can we pay any attention to this Jesus of Nazareth? He's a carpenter's son. They were just regular people in the neighborhood. Nothing special. Not wealthy, not powerful, not significant in any way that the world would measure. But St. Joseph and the Virgin Mary both model for us the way that in the kingdom of Christ we can achieve greatness as well. They both simply said yes to the will of God. Even when they weren't sure where they were headed, even when they had questions, both Joseph and the Virgin Mary simply said yes. And that is their greatness, to say yes to God's will. In the face of a world that is constantly was asking them and us to say no, to take our own path, to do our own thing. As we celebrate St. Joseph the Worker this May 1st, and enter into the month of May when we especially honor the Blessed Virgin Mary, I think it's good for all of us to remember, what is greatness in Jesus Christ? I have to acknowledge that in the church and in the world, even church leaders and world leaders have forgotten what real greatness is in terms of the kingdom of Jesus Christ, which he tells us is not of this world. It's something so much greater than this world can offer. Well, we see leaders in the church, leaders in the world, not just in our time, but through the centuries, too often saying no to the will of God, and yes instead to all the things that the world seems to offer, even though all of those fade away all too quickly. On this May 1st, I congratulate our seniors wearing the shirts of their chosen colleges and universities. And I urge you to be the gift that you are called to be as you go into these new communities, to these new places. Be the gift that God intends. And you can do that by praying and seeking to live the will of God. As freshmen in college, you will face a lot of new challenges. And much of what you've learned here with your family and in the Gorman community will probably not be the most popular thing, as was the case with St. Joseph and the Virgin Mary. They made bold decisions to say yes to the will of God. And as crusaders going out into the world, I encourage you to make those bold decisions as well. It may not look like it's going to really get you ahead initially, to live the virtues of the gospel, to be men and women seeking the will of God. But St. Joseph and Mary and really all the saints remind us, for the things that are lasting, for the things that really are meaningful, for all that is real treasure in this life, it unfolds when we seek and say yes to the will of God. I guess that's what I really mean as I encourage you, seniors, and really all of you, to be the gift. Be that gift that God has called you to be. Being that gift is simply humbly bowing to God's will and saying, yes, I will live His truth when it's not popular. I will seek virtue when it's not the easy path. I will seek to live the will of the Lord, even when apparently it diminishes what the world offers. Because all that the world offers is passing. But that yes to God brings us everlasting life. And so finally, on this feast of St. Joseph the Worker, I encourage the seniors and all of you, as you come to the end of another school year, to be that gift, to say yes to God's wondrous plan for your life.